It's Tuesday, September 9th. In the headlines, smooth reopening for Kingston and St. Andrew schools after election delay. Her Flow Foundation aims to end period poverty. In business news, Mr. Livingstone Morrison is the new Chief Executive Officer of the Jamaica Stock Exchange Limited. Regionally, Guyana's Elections Commissioner alleges electoral failures benefited ruling PPPC in Guyana elections. And in sports, Reggae Boys coach Steve McLaren confident ahead of crucial World Cup qualifier against Trinidad and Tobago. This is the news on PBC Jamaica. I'm Simone Absalom Gale. One driver participating in the government's new National Rural School Bus Program racked up 14 speeding violations on the very first day of the official rollout. Transport Minister Darrell Vaz made the disclosure on Monday evening via a post on social media platform X, explaining that the information was being shared in the interest of transparency. He says in the post that, quote, "Action has been taken by the authorities as this is unacceptable. The technology works, and we are committed to ensuring the highest standards are maintained." End quote. The National Rural School Bus Program officially launched on Monday with approximately 60 buses deployed across rural communities. The initiative is aimed at improving access to education by providing safe and reliable transportation for students in underserved areas. Transport Minister Darrell Vaz was joined by Education Minister Dr. Dana Morris Dixon and Minister of Finance and the Public Service Faithful Williams at the launch of the event early in the day. Schools in Kingston and St. Andrew reopened smoothly on Monday, September 8, 2025, after adjustments to the academic calendar due to the September 3 general election. Director of Regional Educational Services for Region 1, Otis Brown, says in a statement, all 162 schools in the region, comprising primary, high, and infant schools, were open and ready. Over 90% had already started student orientation the previous week. Mr. Brown credited strong coordination and early preparation for the successful reopening. He adds that any infrastructural concerns raised ahead of the reopening were either fully addressed or mitigated to prevent disruptions. He also notes that textbook distributions is ongoing to meet student needs. Once banned or considered a luxury, technology has now become central to the classroom, from tablets and smart boards to apps that bring lessons to life. The Ministry of Education is reshaping how students learn and teachers teach. In this feature, we explore how technology is empowering schools, supporting teachers, and transforming education across Jamaica.
Our journey begins at the Ministry's Media Services Unit, a digital production hub where everything from textbooks to teacher guides and interactive video content are created to support the nation's evolving learning needs.
The Ministry has several strategies for integrating technology across the system. First, the Ministry developed a national ICT in education policy that provides a framework for the provision, use, and management of technology within the education system. As it relates to the national standards curriculum, we have ICT attainment targets and suggested tools for teaching and learning. As it relates to administration, there is the Education Management Information System, known as the EMIS, and that is used to support our school leaders to make data-driven decisions, as well as we provide equipment in terms of devices, internet access, and digital learning platforms to enhance the teaching and learning experience.
In addition to that, over 400,000 Google Workspace accounts have been issued by the ministry, giving students and teachers access to Google Classrooms.
We have also have a broadband initiative, two initiatives actually, broadband and Wi-Fi. With broadband, we are providing improved internet access across the system. So approximately 723 schools have benefited from broadband. There's also Wi-Fi. We have over 323 schools that have benefited from Wi-Fi. That's in the first phase. And in the second phase, we have earmarked over 696 locations that will be receiving Wi-Fi.
But digital learning isn't one size fits all.
So there are several strategies to support our students with disabilities. There is the accessible digital textbooks. We have speech-to-text and text-to-speech software. These are digital books that are presented in alternative formats. As it relates to school-level support, for example, at the Salvation Army for the Blind, there is software to support our students. Schools for the Deaf, through partnership with the National Education Trust and e-learning, they have also provided assistive technologies to cater to our students' needs.
Behind every empowered student is a well-equipped teacher.
Our teachers at the pre-service level, they have access to webinars and workshops, online courses, and we have collaborations with both local and international partners. For example, we have over 780 hours of training for our teachers, both pre-service and in service. The pre-service teachers, they benefit from online courses. We also support our teachers through mentoring, where we pair beginning teachers with more experienced teachers to help them to make that transition. We have also ensured that our teachers who are in practice or in-service teachers, they have access to a suite of professional development courses to strengthen their ICT skills, because we are about building a digital competent teachers throughout the system.
As technology becomes part of daily life, the Ministry of Education is using it as a tool to drive growth and success for students.
Tech-based education is here to stay, and so there is funding arrangements to support technology use in schools.
Our journey doesn't end here. In our next episode, we'll visit a school where tech isn't just engaging students, it's transforming academic outcomes.
Studies have shown that 20% of Jamaican high school girls experience period poverty, where the young ladies find it challenging to purchase or access the necessary products for their monthly flow. And this affects other females as well. Founder of Her Flow Foundation, Shelly Ann Meeks, is on a mission to educate and alleviate this social issue.
Let me tell you, so when I'm on my period, some days I probably can't even come to school. I'm probably in bed, on the floor, wherever I find that little warmth or comfort. Or when the warmth gets too much, I probably just want some cold. It's,
confusing.
Yeah, man, it really is confusing. It comes with a really lot of pain.
Hi, I'm Shelly Weeks. I'm the founder and executive director of HerFlow Foundation. I started HerFlow because I had very horrible periods most of my life. And I discovered that if I changed my diet and my lifestyle, I can have pain-free periods. And I just wanted to shout it from the mountaintops. And so my first thing that I wanted to do was to tell children that they did not have to go through all of that pain, because I wished somebody told me that. When I went to Holy Trinity, I met a young lady who told me that she uses one pad for 5 days. After I recovered from the shock, I realized that there were students in Jamaican schools who did not have access to menstrual products. At the time, I did not know it was called period poverty, and I discovered that there are women all around the world who are having similar issues where they do not have the means or the access to menstrual products each month when they need it. And that is how the work around period poverty started.
Period poverty, it's a reality that females go through, and I think it's very important that you become educated about what period poverty is and the necessary help that you can receive.
We are currently at UE, where we're about to just go out and give free menstrual products and some other personal care items to the students here on campus, because we know college students need all the help they can get, right? And we're going to make sure that they have what they need here today. Period Awareness Day, the outreach is real. We're going to go out with some of the students and interact, so come with us now, man. You can call into a job and talk about your diarrhea, your migraine, your asthma, your sore toe, your pussyfoot, everything. But once you say period, you hear things like, I don't need to know that, TMI, and you get no sympathy. When you complain about your period, all you get is annoyance, and nobody wants to hear about it. And so I really think that the silence and keeping it secret feeds into that. And we really need to reshape that, because the truth is that women have been operating in shame and pain for a very long time.
Now to our Living Healthy report. Traditional Chinese medicine has been used for centuries to heal and restore balance in the body. Today, it continues to attract attention worldwide, blending ancient practices with modern healthcare to promote wellness and healing. Our reporter Marlon Samuels is in Beijing, China, where he took a deeper look into this fascinating tradition.
Chinese traditional medicine have been practiced for thousands of years, blending natural herbs, acupuncture, and ancient wisdom to promote good health and well-being. From ginseng to ginger, these herbs are carefully harvested and used in remedies passed down through generations. Traditional Chinese medicine focuses on balancing the body's energy, known as qi, to prevent and treat illness holistically.
Traditional Chinese medicine is all about restoring the balance of the body. Think of it as the yin-yang concept. In order for the body to be in a healthy state, it has to be at balance. In Chinese medicine, they have the yin-yang, heat and cold, wetness and dryness. So what they do is, how they treat you is, they look for the lack of balance. Heat is restored. If you have excessive heat, they restore the balance by giving you a bit of cold. So that's what their herbal remedies do. They try to correct the deficiency. If your body has excessive wetness, they restore it by the yin of that yin-yang.
These ancient remedies are still a vital part of Chinese culture. Many people believe traditional Chinese medicine offers a natural alternative to modern medicine, a bridge between tradition and health. Acupuncture, cupping, and herbal teas are just some of the therapies that continue to attract both locals and tourists seeking wellness. As China modernizes, traditional medicine remains a powerful symbol of its rich heritage, blending the old with the new in the pursuit of health.
Traditional Chinese medicine can very much be used to solve a lot of modern day diseases like pulmonary heart disease conditions, diabetes, hypertension, and so on. So yeah, it's very much used for so many things.
I am Marlon Samuels, reporting from Beijing, China for the news on PBCJ.
Time now for the business report with Denise Williams.
Welcome to today's business report. I'm Denise Williams, here to bring you the stories shaping the financial world and guiding your journey to smarter business decisions. Let's dive into the top headlines. Jamaica Stock Exchange has announced the appointment of Mr. Livingstone Morrison, OD, as the new Chief Executive Officer of the company effective September 8, 2025. Mr. Morrison succeeds Dr. Marlene Street Forest CD, Managing Director of the JSE, who will retire and demit office on September 30, 2025 after more than 2 decades of exceptional and transformational leadership. The JSE takes this opportunity to congratulate Mr. Morrison on his appointment and to express its sincerest gratitude to Dr. Street Forest for her invaluable service to the company and the nation. Investors can look forward to passive income from dividends on companies listed on the Jamaica Stock Exchange. Sagicor Group Jamaica Limited has declared a dividend of 89 cents per stock unit, payable on October 16, 2025, to stockholders on record as at September 19, 2025. The ex-dividend date is September 19, 2025. Scotia Group Jamaica Limited has declared a third interim dividend of 45 cents per stock unit, payable on October 17, 2025, to stockholders on record as at September 25, 2025. The ex-dividend date is September 25, 2025. For the trading period ending September 8, 2025, these were the most actively traded stocks. Toll road operator Trans Jamaica Highway Limited with 5,908,919 units traded, representing 32.72% of market sales volume. Real estate and advertising firm Kintyre Holdings JA Limited with 1,969,991 units traded, representing 10.91% of market sales volume. Media conglomerate Radio Jamaica Limited with 1,431,081 units traded, representing 7.92% of market sales volume. We now shift our focus to the Forex market rate set by the Bank of Jamaica. On September 8, 2025, the Bank of Jamaica reported US $42.53 million purchased and US $42.14 million sold by Forex traders. Forex traders earned $1.92 per dollar, selling the US at $161.11 and buying the US at $159.19. The Canadian dollar netted Forex traders $1.09 per transaction, with selling at $116.71 and buying at $115.62. The British pound yielded Forex traders $3.15 in profits, selling at $216.27 and buying at $213.12. For our credit report tip of the day, did you know that your credit report is the foundation of your financial story? when you use it to build a balanced credit portfolio, covering credit cards, personal loans, auto loans, mortgages, you give lenders confidence in your ability to manage money and open the door to better financial deals. A credit portfolio, a mix of credit cards, loans, auto loans, mortgages, gives key advantages. It boosts your credit score with on-time payments and responsible use, unlocks better rates and higher credit limits, and provides financial flexibility for large purchases or emergencies. And it also demonstrates stability to lenders, increasing approval odds. So it creates leverage opportunities for investment, real estate, or business growth. A strong credit portfolio isn't just about borrowing, it's about strategically positioning yourself for financial opportunity. Now, when you're building something from nothing as a professional woman, by the time we reach our mid-40s and beyond, money carries more weight than just simple numbers on a page. It's not just about paying bills or balancing accounts. It's about the way money stirs emotions in our body. Debt can tighten your chest. Savings may bring both pride and pressure. Investments can spark hope one day and worry the next, while assets and family expectation often bring mixed layers of responsibility. These sensations are real and they shape how we make decisions, how we sleep at night, and how we see our future. And that wraps up today's Business Report. I'm Denise Williams, reminding you that every financial decision is a step toward your future. Until next time, stay focused, stay informed, and keep striving for success. See you soon.
In regional news, Guyana Elections Commissioner Vincent Alexander has leveled serious allegations against the electoral body, claiming it failed to uphold its legal responsibilities during the September 1 general and regional elections. Appearing on Nation Watch with host Mervyn Williams, Alexander said these issues created conditions that unfairly benefited the ruling People's Progressive Party Civic, PPPC. The details in this report.
Vincent Alexander, a commissioner sitting on the Guyana Elections Commission, has accused the electoral body of failing to fulfill its legal duties. Alexander claimed that the way GCOM handled the September 1 elections gave an unfair advantage to the ruling People's Progressive Party Civic. In an appearance on Nation Watch with host Mervyn Williams, Alexander said that GCOM ignored calls to put in place important safeguards like biometric voting ID and a cleaned-up voters list, which he believes are necessary for free and fair elections.
The way we craft our system should be responsive to the plurality of our society. If one person is allowed to express his or her choice twice, then the system is failing because it is not allowing for equal opportunity to express one's choices, giving somebody else an advantage, and therefore is producing a product that's not reflective of the will of the people.
Alexander also accused GCOM's chairperson, retired Justice of Appeal Hodet Singh, of making decisions that appear to favor the PPPC.
And what you have is the People's Progressive Party prevailing because the chairperson seems also to be reflecting that interest in the way in which she contributes more by a vote than anything else to the decision-making process.
Mr. Alexander noted that the incumbent from the outset rejected the use of biometrics and updating the voters list. The GCOM commissioner questioned the legality of the recent results declaration, noting that GCOM did not fully comply with the Representation of the People Act, which requires a complete public announcement of votes and seats before they are published. Having served since 2007, Alexander insisted that the recent electoral process cannot be seen as credible. He called for a thorough review of GCOM's operations before future elections, including the local government elections scheduled for next year. He urged for reforms to stop the cycle of flawed elections that erode public trust.
GCOM has not put in place the mechanisms for the responsible conduct of its operations.
Antonio Day reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
St. Kitts and Nevis Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew is calling for stronger ties between Africa and the Caribbean. Speaking at the Intra-African Trade Fair in Algeria, Dr. Drew urged the creation of a transatlantic bridge of hope to advance trade, investment, and cultural connections, while rewriting history through shared economic sovereignty. SKN Newsline's Glenn Bart reports.
It is all about achieving economic sovereignty in the context of the rise of global Africa, according to Dr. Terence Drew, Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, as he made a presentation at the Intra-African Trade Fair being held in Algiers, Algeria. The Intra-African Trade Fair, being hosted by the People's Democratic Republic of Algeria in Algiers, has significant support coming from the African Export-Import Bank in collaboration with the African Union Commission and AFCFTA Secretariat. Prime Minister Drew placed his remarks in the context of the experiences of the slave trade, colonialism, and the struggle towards independence, as he called now for developing, quote, transatlantic bridge of hope where we reconnect the Caribbean and Africa, end quote.
I want to bring a message from the Caribbean that we are much integrated and we are much interested in bringing a greater relationship with Africa as the continent and its sixth region. This will help us to create opportunities for our people and to rewrite a history, but a history not written by them, but a history written by us, for us, by us, for our own interests. And I will finally wrap up by saying, there are a few quotes that I heard today, and one of them came from the president. And he said that the African population is a youthful population. While other regions are aging, Africa is blooming. That is a great opportunity that we should take advantage of. I listened also to President Orama, and he quoted a great African leader, and he said, political power without economic power is glorified servitude. Those words are tremendous. And I listened to the deputy of the African Union when she said if we don't trust ourselves, in essence, then we can't expect others to trust us. And my final quote as I make a call to action, that the train of the African upliftment and movement is moving. And I ask all of us to join it. Thank you very much.
Dr. Drew said recently that the emerging global Africa must deliver tangible benefits in trade, investment, cultural flourishing, and poverty reduction. Glenn Bart reporting for SK Newsline.
In sports, we start with football. Jamaica's Reggae Boys are set to clash with Trinidad and Tobago today, September 9, at the office. Head coach of Jamaica's Reggae Boys, Steve McLaren, says he's confident his team has the quality needed to secure victory in tonight's crucial CONCACAF World Cup qualifying clash against Trinidad and Tobago. The final round Group B encounter is set for 7 p.m. kickoff at the National Stadium in Kingston, where a win would move the Reggae Boys to 6 points, putting them a step closer to qualifying for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Jamaica enters the match on a high after a dominant 4-0 win over Bermuda, while Trinidad and Tobago were held to a goalless draw by Curaçao in their opening fixture. And that's it for the news on PBCJ. You can follow us, though, on our social media platforms at PBCJamaica. Thank you so much for watching.